Welcome back to the RP Show, everybody. On this Thursday, September 3rd, Canada's daytime sports talk show continues. Thanks to Rich Sutter and Chad Jeter for joining us earlier. We're welcoming to the bunker now Hall of Famer Dan Rashovich. Does that ever get old, Raz? Hall of Famer Dan Rashovich?
Sure, it sounds nice coming out of here.
Yeah, sounds good saying it.
Sounds nice.
From one of our viewers, Carol Moss says, good morning. What's on the sim this week? Need some football, please. Well, I'm glad you asked. Thank you, Carol. On this very Facebook Live channel on Monday at 1 p.m., it's Saskatchewan, Winnipeg. And at 4 p.m., it's Calgary, Edmonton. We'll be broadcasting the esports games. People are loving it. Gary in Winnipeg watching. He says, I made an attempt on one of the Bombers fan pages promoting CFL Sim for those that will miss the trip to Regina. Got mixed results as some thought it was a joke. Also posted CFL Sim on my homepage. It's no joke. We're running it. If you're missing some football this weekend, and we know you are, we'll be calling the games Monday at 1 and 4. Anyways, enough about that. I'll get to my sports update later. How are you, Raz?
I'm doing good. Yeah, doing good. Feel pretty good.
That's good.
I'm in a little early retirement. I got laid off from my job April 15th. It was in oil and gas. So
I was surprised it took that long. So congrats for hanging on as long as you did in oil and gas.
I hung in, man. I hung in.
We had a lot of good years there with Baker Hughes.
A lot of good years. You know, they treated me very well, and I just can't say enough about Baker Hughes and how they treated me. Like a rock star.
Yeah, well, you are a rock star. Although I don't know what you have never in your life had that thing on your face like you're sporting right now. What is the deal on that?
Well, I guess I didn't have to go to work. I had nothing to really get up to in terms of going to work, so I just thought, hey, I'll let it grow out and see what happens. And actually, my grandfather, my father's father, actually has a stash. Kind of just the
huge.
Stash, yeah, huge, just massive. I think I might even send you a picture, but if I didn't, I'll send you one.
Well, we got business to get to with Raz, and we'll get to it. It's back with Believe in the Gold. What is it, year 4?
Year 4 for Believe in the Gold.
Yeah, and last year was the first year I was able to do it, and I just had a blast. It was awesome. All wearing gold stuff.
Because gold is the color of children's cancer, in case people didn't know.
Yeah, it was a great day down there at Wascana Park. And we'll get to all of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it is the first summer in most of our lives without CFL football.
Oh.
So how's that resonated with you?
I'm missing it. I loved going to the games. My daughter's actually sitting over here, and I loved going to the games with her. And my father-in-law has been like a 55-year season ticket holder, and yeah, it's just, they just felt that there was some hope there. It seemed, we were kind of hanging on, and all of a sudden, boom, it's gone, and that's disappointing. I missed the Thursday, Friday, Friday night football, and I miss watching the games. Yeah.
We had Marc-Olivier Brulette on here last week, and he said he felt the Alouettes are hit the hardest because they were just building up with Vernon Adams Jr. and Kahari Jones. And I'm thinking, with all due respect to Marco, and he's right from a Montreal perspective, your family, your father-in-law is close with Cody Fajardo, right? They go to the same church.
Same church.
Like, the Riders were just on the upswing with Cody Fajardo. I have no idea what they're capable of with this guy, and we got to wait.
We got to wait. I mean, I think, you got Fajardo and you got Harker. I mean, Harker came in that game and clinches first place for us, right? I mean, I think about that.
It's a big game.
It's a big game for a rookie to come in and clinch, first place in the West. I mean, it was amazing. Yeah, it would have been exciting to see what the team was going to do. I mean, just overall, a solid team, and with Dickinson sort of at the charge leading the team would have been nice to see. Yeah.
So it's just paused. That's all. I mean, how do you think the league comes back? I don't think the players are going to change.
Yeah, you keep hearing some people saying that the league might go under, but let's hope not. I mean, I don't know the inner details of what management or GMs are thinking, but obviously it's a fan-driven league, and let's hope that next year, when the opportunity comes for fans to buy season tickets, that they go out and buy season tickets in droves.
I'm sorry, I got to, how this is so much fun when the people write in, right? Nelson Hackowich says, everyone's forgotten about James Franklin here. And that's fine, but they haven't seen him play in green and white. So everybody skips right from Fajardo to Harker. And Franklin's number 2, I think. I get what Nelson's saying. Did you forget that James Franklin was here? Did you care? It's okay if you did.
Well, I'll be honest. Yeah, yeah. I'll be honest. Yeah, I did.
It's okay.
You know,
but again, you didn't see a training camp.
I guess. Well, I've met Harker and I've met Fajardo. I haven't met Franklin. So our last wild game dinner with the alumni. I was speaking with both those guys. So that's why I guess it's sort of on the front of my mind.
By the way,
so no offense to Franklin.
It's not, and James won't care. But Chris Bird in Toronto says the Argos were on the upswing with Fajardo and then let him walk. It's such a hell of a story that I can't get enough of. Not only did the Argos let him walk, but so did the BC Lions because he went to BC and then he came here. And you got to give Jeremy O'Day a ton of credit for signing him. And even Jeremy said Fajardo outperformed even what he thought he was capable of. Yeah. But he did sign him to the big deal. And he's just so lovable. And thankfully, what is he, 27? You guys got to help me out. Raz, the CFL's coming back, by the way. Do you have any doubts about that? I do not.
Personally, right now, no, I don't. But, let's just, again, it's a fan-driven league, and let's just hope that the fans, just come out in droves. I mean, let's just hope we can put a lot of seats in the stands.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, this is a topic that I don't know that you care about as much about the marketing as I do, but what's going to get people into the stadiums is overcoming the credibility issue that the CFL has, or lack of it. Because the CFL doesn't look good.
No.
With them canceling the season, asking Ottawa for money.
Yep.
I don't know who the people are that you're talking to, but they were surprised that CFL needed that amount of money to play. They were shocked.
Well, you go from what? I don't know, 140, 150 million, then the final one was a $30 million loan.
It's a big
so it just seemed there was no, just their organization, their consistency and their message from the beginning. It should have been a little more solid instead of jumping all over the place. That's what it felt like to me. Just jumping around all over the place. And then, and at the end of the day, I mean, our federal government, I don't want to get into politics, but the way we throw around money, and not just in Canada, but outside this country, to loan $30 million, not give, but loan, you know what? I think they should have.
Yeah, so you're not on the Liberal government train on that one. Right.
Anyways.
Well, people are writing in saying that you are a Labor Day machine. Since we're coming up on Labor Day weekend, and it would have been the 56th edition of the Labor Day Classic, whether it's your time with the Riders or the Argos or other teams, what are your Labor Day memories?
Oh, well, Labor Day memories are playing here in Saskatchewan. It always seemed like it was just hotter than hell. It was crazy. I don't think Labor Day seems as hot as it used to be. Maybe that's because of global warming or cooling. Maybe it's cooling, because Labor Days aren't as hot. And I guess some memories are, I had an interception one Labor Day for 58 yards for a touchdown. I remember running down on one kickoff, and I think Walter Bender was returning a kick on kickoff and broke his ribs, so he left the game. Some good memories on Labor Day. There's no doubt about it.
But it's amazing how it's changed, because back in the day, in your prime, it was the only game that sold out. So we got into a point in the 2010s where people are like, why is this such a big deal? Because every game sold out, right? But that used to be the only game.
Yeah.
Why was that the only game all year, do you think?
Maybe it was just, that time of year, I guess that fall feeling, that it felt like football, and I think that was kind of a big reason. Maybe just sort of that leaves started changing color, and people were more into football, and just, it was that attitude, I think. And plus, we usually won that game.
By a lot.
By a lot, usually, and Winnipeg had some pretty good teams back then too. They had some pretty good teams.
I want to say of the 55 Labor Day Classics that have been waged, the Riders have won over 40 of them, and that is one heck of a winning percentage.
I think over my 13 years, if I kind of remember correctly, maybe we won 11, lost 2 at home, and I think the same ratio was when we went back to Winnipeg back-to-back, it was kind of the same.
The other way.
Exactly.
Right.
We lost 10 lost 11 and won 2. I think it was very similar.
But what about that mentality? You've heard it that if you get up more for this game, then you're ignoring the other 17. Why is it, right? Because you do. I guess it's like rivalry weekend or something, like in U.S. college football. I don't know what it is.
I remember sometimes with the Bombers, they used to hate Labor Day because they'd be on the sunny side. And like I said, those games were hot. And, they were on the opposite side of the field where we had the shade and they were roasting to death. And, I think, I don't know, it's just that sort of turning point of the season. I think it was just the turning point of the season, and that's why I think Labor Day was such a big deal. And plus, hey, it was fun to play in front of a sold-out stadium. There's no doubt about it.
Right. Oh, it was so much fun. Yeah.
So much fun, man.
Sorry, the gentleman, Lauren Smith in Kamloops, was watching. He wrote in and he said the BC Lions were particularly hit hard by the shutdown because Mike Riley's, there it is. Lions are particularly hurt by the shutdown. Mike Riley's not getting any younger, and Ed Hervey had rebuilt the defense in the offseason. That's from Lauren. JR in Cranbrook says, it makes me laugh. Everyone keeps saying the federal government. Seriously, the provincial government should have come forward for the CFL and host cities. I'm not even interested in playing the blame game anymore or pointing fingers because the season's up and it's time to fix it, not point fingers. And I don't know who's responsible for that. But I can tell you this, Raz. I really miss talking football with you because we would have had a half a season to talk about right now, right? Like who's the best looking Canadian linebacker in the CFL or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really miss that.
Yeah.
Those were good chats. Yeah,
it's too bad. It's amazing to think that we already would have been halfway through the season. It's unreal, and, even it would have been great if we, I don't want to dwell on, but hey, a 6-game season and then a great.
You'd have taken it, huh?
Oh, for sure we would have taken it. I mean, guys would have been fairly fresh, in a short season. It would have been, it's kind of like, hey, I was just watching last night, Oklahoma City and Houston playing the NBA. Those guys, they were diving all over the floor. Going hard, man. And I think that's kind of the nice thing maybe about an abbreviated season is, the bodies are a little fresher. And you know what? And winning a championship's winning a championship.
I couldn't figure out why you were so excited texting me about Luka Doncic, and then I realized, wait a minute, Rashovich, Doncic. Croatian. Am I right?
Dragic. Well, Montenegro.
Okay.
My dad's from Montenegro, but you got Montenegro, Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia. All the kind of former republics of, I guess, Yugoslavia. But it's and the reason too. My cousin lives in Slovenia. My first cousin, and when we were visiting there, basketball is huge. It's crazy. Like when we were over there, my first cousin Romeo,
what a name to have.
I know, and his brother's name's Dusan. And but anyways, basketball. Like his girlfriend's cousin has on a full ride at Washington State right now.
Wow.
And then when I was in Montenegro, me and my daughter, it was her 13th birthday, so that was about 3 years ago. We were in Podgorica, the capital city. I'm walking around by the stadium downtown. I see these kids. They all got these medals on their neck. It's a silver medal. I asked them, "What did you guys win?" They won so Montenegro is a population of 600,000 people. They came second in Europe in the U17 basketball championships. That's crazy.
Were they tall?
Small.
Were they tall?
They're Montenegrins and the Dutch are the tallest people either in Europe. The average height's about 6'1".
Wow.
Yeah, they're big guys. Pretty big guys.
No kidding.
There. Yeah, hey, interesting. So
Clark,
anyways.
Sorry, should we take a break? We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and talk about Believe in the Gold. You're good with that?
Let's do it.
Okay, Dan Rashovich in the bunker. If you got questions for him, hit us up. We'll be right back. You're watching on Game Plus TV, Facebook Live, and listen live at rodpeterson.com.
You're watching Rod Peterson On Demand. For more of The Rod Peterson Show, visit rodpeterson.com or follow Rod Peterson on social media.